Hi, this is the Ridge Runner with another Pine Home preparedness moment here. Today we're going to talk a lot about oil lamps. Now, a lot of people think, oh yeah, well, I have a couple of these candles around, and they're going to make it so that I can see in a disaster, so I don't need anything else. Well, let me tell you a little bit about candles. Candles are great. I have a lot of candles around the house. We like them for the smell, and we like them for the ambiance, and we do have some candles that we use for emergency lighting. But candles that give out what I would call ambient lighting. It allows you to move around the house without tripping over your feet. But anyone who's ever tried to walk around and really use a candle to see by or to read by has found it wanting. Now, even as far as Roman times, oil lamps and lanterns were in use because an oil lantern is just plain better. It sends out a lot more light, and it gives you a lot better, more reliable flame. It's also protected. Now, the other thing about candles that you got to worry about, and I'm not saying they're terrible, but if you're going to use candles for disaster preparedness, and you should, during a disaster, I have a friend of mine who was telling me a story about how a friend of his lived through Hurricane Andrew, and she was a candle collector. You know, she had lots and lots of these scented candles. And of course, well, at the aftermath of Hurricane Andrew, a lot of people were without power, including her. And so she lit up a bunch of her candles, her scented candles. And she could no longer stay in her house anymore because the stench of those mixed smells was so terrible that it basically drove her out of her house. Long story short, if you're going to use scented candles, pick one scent. Okay, that being said, let's get on with the main focus of our show today. Oil lanterns are a very useful tool. A lot of us have them, but today we're going to talk. This is one I've had for many years. You can tell this thing's been beat up, and it's been carried off into the woods and smushed into a sled on winter camping trips. And, yeah, it doesn't say lamp oil on that, by the way. That's just the thing there. I just noticed it almost looked like it was in there. And these oil lamps are great. And if you've ever accidentally touched the top of one of these things when it's been burning for a while, you'll know it gets pretty warm. Well, DIETZ, and I believe that's how you pronounce it. I've pronounced it that way all my life. Came up with a much better lamp, as far as I'm concerned. It's this one here. It's called the DIETZ Warm It Up Lantern, or the DIETZ 2000 Millennium Lantern. They came out, as you can tell, if you can guess, around the year 2000, 2001. And during that time, everything was millennium, because it was a big deal. All right. Now, I'm not going to hope it don't make you all sick here, but I'm going to turn this over because I need a. Now, these these oil lanterns are. DIETZ is probably what makes the best oil lanterns you can get. I'm sorry about the dog. Sorry about that. Doggos are again making all kinds of noise. All right, let's talk about this oil lantern. This oil lantern is different. And anybody who knows me knows I like stuff that does more than one thing. I carry a multi-tool because it does many things. Well, this is a oil lantern multi-tool. I just thought up with that just as we were doing this. And in just a short moment, I'm going to show you how it works. And if you can tell by the picture, you can kind of see. But we're going to try it out today. All right, so stand by. Okay, let's go over some of the parts quick here. All right, first we have this stabilizer, and the oil lamp clicks into the stabilizer like so. All right, I already had this lit for a second. There we go. And what this does is it makes it so that the oil lamp is a lot less likely to tip over. That's a nice thing in general. I rather like that. It comes with little pins, which are still in the box there, which if you were putting this on the ground, you could stick the pins through these little holes in the stabilizer, kind of like tent stakes. The next part that's really neat is this here. Now this replaces this, and it just attaches. You can see where the slots are right here. Yeah, so I find my finger. Right there. And it just slides in and locks into place. What this allows you to do is to set small pots and pans that come with it, by the way, right on top. Now, first we're going to start out by making a cup of tea, because I want a cup of tea, and we'll see how that works. So, stand by.